What's up, Nickane?
We're not gonna take it.
Hey, welcome back to the show. Good morning, crypto warriors. Welcome back to the show. Today is, what's today? Tuesday, January 28, 2025. I am King, here to bridge the gap between the community and crypto, Monday through Friday at 7 a.m.-ish. And of course, we are officially live today. Gentlemen of Crypto, episode 1284. Again, here to bridge the gap between the community and crypto. Top stories of the day: Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse bats for a diversified U.S. crypto reserve. I know we talked about it in the Discord. It looks like this story is not going away now. Senate confirms pro-crypto Scott Bessent as U.S. Treasury Secretary. Scam token surge as DeepSeek AI goes viral. Dark Knight and Superman writer launches AI-powered crypto film universe. And Arizona Senate moves forward with Bitcoin reserve legislation. That and much more. But first, of course, let's go ahead and take a quick look at these prices. And pardon me on the tardiness today and yesterday being MIA. This man, I'll tell you, I swear these technical glitches just come at the greatest times, because whenever I log on, not when I'm testing throughout the night or early morning on my laptop, but as soon as I go to log on and I throw that crypto in the title, I'm telling you, everything gets to go haywire every time. I don't know what it is. But let's go ahead and take a look at these prices. Bitcoin is coming in at a healthy $102,723, up 0.9%. Ethereum, $3,174, up 1.33%. Again, people, we're watching it happen, I think, slowly. If Ethereum doesn't have a major upgrade or update here in the next 8 to 12 months, I think we'll start to see them slowly. It'll happen slowly. We're going to start seeing Ethereum leave the top 5, eventually, possibly even the top 10 here in the next couple of years, but definitely in the next 8 months. I mean, you can book it. If they don't get to doing something, we may see Ethereum slide out of the top 5. XRP, Ripple, $3.17, up 6.51%. Solana, number 5, $237, up 1.17%. Number 6, BNB, hey, $673, up 1%. Number 8, Dogecoin, 33 cents, up 2.2%. Everything that's wrong with crypto right there at number 8. Number 9, Cardano, the second thing wrong with crypto right there at 95 cents, up 3.76%. And number 10, Tron. I actually give it to Tron, somebody who's been doing something. 24 cents, up 0.9%. Fear and Greed Index has reduced itself to a 53. Again, that should be higher to me. Bitcoin dominance is pumping even more. People, we're almost back at a 58%. We are 57.99. Bitcoin dominance almost at 58%. And I didn't even look at the dominance charts before I said this. I'm just going off of market sentiment and some of the tokens and things I hear people talking about. Ethereum is not in the mix, so I didn't even see this dominance, but they are at a 10.91%. Again, to be expected. High gas fees. Project is kind of lulled. Some of the things you're supposed to be doing with frequency right now isn't being done. I'm talking smart contracts and such. I don't know. Doesn't seem like the winner of winners right now. And they're having a tough time breaking 4K in the bull cycle. Come on. It's not looking good for Ethereum, but we'll see what happens. Other than that, let me give some quick shout outs to the chat. What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? And welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody, to the chat and to the show. BK Crypto, Mr. Oh, I don't want to mess this up. Mr. Reusable, I think. Patrick Walter, Jake Fever, Memories of Mike, Magnolia Pelican, JB, Uncle Reno, Wisdom Bars. Work with that dude Brad for a few years. He's a real boardroom double talking gangster. Oh, if we're talking about who is this? Which Brad? Oh, Brad Garlinghouse. Oh yeah, he's already shown himself to be a real one. I like Brad though. As far as what he's doing for his project for Ripple and everything, like I like Brad Garlinghouse. I'm not mad at him. Of course, we got to realign him a little bit when he's talking only Ripple, or they should be the future and things of the such as far as being a part of the reserve. But no, I like Brad and what he's doing. I'm not mad at him. Listen, to me, he's being a good old American businessman. Can't be mad at that. Stan, what up, though? Thank you for the tip. Can Elon save American AI from DeepSeek? Thanks. Okay, let's get into it. Oh man, I always tell myself I'm not gonna go on these crazy rants, and then 45 minutes later, right? Seriously though, so a couple things. Got to talk DeepSeek AI first. To answer your question specifically, can Elon Musk save American AI from DeepSeek? I would say no to that. I think it will have to be a concerted effort with all the American tech companies as well as the government to save us. So, for those who don't know what's been going on in the news, first let me pull up. Yeah, I'll go DeepSeek first, and let me know if you can't hear me because I just slapped the hell out of my mic as I do per normal. All right, so DeepSeek AI. We'll just go DeepSeek first. I'm just going to throw this in the background. For those who are listening who aren't up on DeepSeek yet and what it is, essentially you've been hearing about Chat GPT, the machine learning and the AI models that have been coming out, and how popular and strong they're supposed to be. Well, apparently, and this is why if you're in the stock market, traditional market, you saw the stock market kind of crash or dip, severely the other day. Essentially, what happened is that the Chat GPT competitors, of course, Chat GPT being an American company, and some of the others are all these American companies. They're saying, hey, it costs all these NVIDIA chips to make. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I always say that wrong. The NVIDIA chips has been selling and making that stock go up. It takes these chips to make these AI models and machine learning. You can ask it questions, it answers you, and so on and so forth. Well, DeepSeek essentially said, hey, using a more efficient model, not using all the different chips you all need, using a more elementary style of chip, or at least less amounts, we've been able to essentially replicate this entire process, except as an even better process, a more efficient and effective AI model. So not only is it a better model that they came out with, this is being DeepSeek coming from China, they came out with a better model. They've also made it open source like crypto. So they're saying, hey, not only is this a better model than your Chat GPTs, it's more efficient, it uses less hardware and everything else. We're making it free for anyone to use, the same as the Bitcoin blockchain did for Bitcoin. So essentially, people are saying, hey, this is like this just took our what's about to be technology. This is supposedly going to this is a steroid shot for technology. It's supposed to literally quantum leap us further, faster than what we've had expected because it's open source. So if this is true, they're saying, hey, American companies to Chat GBTs and like are doomed because this is free. Same as they're saying the American economy or other economies or dollars are going to fail because you have Bitcoin now, right? And people want Bitcoin reserves instead of gold. So the importance of that story we'll talk about later here, specific crypto. But as far as do I think Elon can save us from this again by himself? No, it will be a concerted effort. If you remember, one of the reasons why this probably happened as well, Elon and Chat GPT's founder started beefing because essentially Elon wanted Chat GPT to do this. If you remember, the beef with that was, I guess, I forgot the guy's name, but whoever Chat GPT guy is, he told Elon that he would keep all his technology and stuff open source, which means you and I and anybody else can look at it and use the technology like we do with Bitcoin blockchain. Instead, he said, gotcha, bitch. He said, I'm going to make this closed intellectual property. Yes, you got to pay to play, you got to pay to use it. Like, this is our intellectual property. We're not going to keep it free and open source. Elon was pissed about that because he said, hey, the only reason I gave these guys money or backed them is because they said they would keep it like this. I'm assuming because Elon saw that as a way where he wouldn't have to compete with another tech company. He could use the free information and coding and everything they were developing. If it was open source, he could just use that in his own companies. But instead, they said, nope, we're going to close this off. Elon was pissed about that. And then here comes DeepSeek saying, hey, we're a better model and we'll keep it open source for the entire planet. And now we have a problem with the stock market and so on and so forth. So we're all caught up on what DeepSeek is. If I left anything out, again, let me know in the comments. I haven't done like a super deep dive on this. I've just scratched the surface because of what I want to use it for, which we'll be talking about here in a moment on the show. It has to do with something I've been saying for the longest. I'm trying to prep something in the background. But meme coin mania, people, it's about to get crazy now that you have AI models. Pause that slapping the hell out of my mic. Jake, knock it off. Uncle Reno, do you think they really spent $6 million? Feels like some FUD, like a nice way for the cronies to get stocks at a haircut before a big pump. That remains to be seen. We'll talk more about that. Only other thing I want to share today, and this has to do with the prices, so I'm going to share it. I just posted in the Discord the other day. I made sure I put, hey, this is no political allegiance, so I'll say it again now. No political allegiance. This isn't a Trump rally. This isn't the Kamala Biden rally either. This is a what can help small businesses, what can help the working class, what can help us make more Bitcoin and crypto rally. That's what this is here. Okay. I say all that to say Trump is talking about first, hey, I want to get rid of or reassign all the IRS agents. You remember the Biden administration said the next 7 years we get 88,000 IRS agents. Just to be clear, we're paying people to come in to take our money. We're paying more people. We're paying 88,000 more Americans to come in and look at all Americans' books. This is what I meant when I said the positives we can look for in a Trump administration, in a Trump era, where it's like, hey, maybe things aren't roses, but this is where you and your family, your portfolio can find wins. And one of the things I said that I enjoyed from his first administration and his presidency, and what I'd be looking for this time, is that he wouldn't have time to come down on small businesses. Not only would he not have time to come down on them from a criminal point of view, because he has his own criminal trials going on, but from a taxation and a financial point of view, what does he look like taxing the hell out of companies, going after crypto and everything else when he's in the wrong too, especially now that he has Trump token. 88,000 new IRS employees. I know they all don't like him. And you tell me nobody's going to look into his old Trump and millennia tokens and where they go? No. So what is he doing? Trying to put a stop to this at least. And again, here's the thing. Nothing is. I got to make sure I keep saying this. In these markets, including the political landscape, it's all dynamic. I don't want to say, well, you said this one day, and again, like I said the other show, and 4 years later, you're holding me to it. I'm like, you talking about something I said 4 years ago? Like, this is dynamic. So here's the thing. I don't think he'll change anything to the effect of, well, there'll be no more taxes or no more IRS agents or things of that sort. But the same way the American government did XRP is what I'm looking for here. I'm not looking for a win. I am looking for him to slow down the IRS and the American government when it comes to crypto. Why? So that you all, myself, and the rest of the world, whoever else who wants to jump into this barrierless market where anyone can join in and anyone can increase their chances at a better livelihood overnight. This all allows it to happen at a more efficient and faster and easier pace. Now, I say this is dynamic because I think you better believe as soon as Trump is out of office, whoever comes next is going to come back on everything. Oh man, the last 4 years, they're going after everybody. So have your affairs in order when that time comes. But for right now, I think again, we're about to enter this super wild, wild west era. Not because he's a fan of everyone or he's trying to help. I think it's because he's trying to get his own house in order when it comes to his crypto finances now, his crypto portfolio, the taxes I mean, come on. The guy just had a Trump token go billions of dollars. What's the tax windfall on that, right? We were just talking about MicroStrategy's tax windfall. You think they're not in his ear? Coinbase is going to have a tax windfall here soon. So there's it's not just a onesie or twosie, folks. There's a lot of people. So again, my hope is that he continues to go high and right, make the crazy remarks. I think he said the IRS agents, since they're allowed to carry guns, which again, that is ridiculous. He said maybe we move them to the border. All I'm saying is, if it's a vote, I'm voting for it. Okay. If there's a real vote to say move IRS agents to the border, yes or no, I'm saying yes. I will be at the post. Seriously, I know that's not going to happen. But my point is this again. He may be slowing down all the BS that shouldn't even be there to begin with, that's coming after you, your small business, or your family's portfolio. So, again, to me, don't get caught up in the politics. Look for the way to win when it comes to your portfolio, right? Look for the different ways to win, the different ways to squeeze out a few more percentage points. And again, put some crumbs on the side just in case the door ever come knocking. They, you owe something you didn't know about. But this is to me, the best way to really come up in this market without have to worry about what legal tape you may or may not be crossing, even though rules were created like as you continue in this market. So I'm happy about it. We'll see what actually happens next. It could be a bunch of steam and talks and just to confuse people, or it could actually be happening. We'll see. But the top story of the day, again, covering this. I didn't cover this last week when I saw it, primarily because I was just like, it's not going to happen. Like, and he's just saying this to boost his crypto. But it looks like they're trying to put a concerted marketing effort into it. So you got to talk about it. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse bats for diversified U.S. crypto reserve. Again, Ripple CEO calls for a U.S. strategic Bitcoin reserve that includes more than one token. The title, the story is in the headline and the title itself. While I disagree with that, I don't think other tokens, including Ripple, are strong enough to be used as reserve currency. I think we're asking ourselves for failure if that were to happen. Clearly, Ethereum isn't strong enough. Ripple isn't strong enough, and those are the top three. So, like, do we even need to talk about what comes after? We're really going to put BNB in there. So, no. First of all, I want to be clear. I disagree with this. I think a Bitcoin reserve should be what it says: a Bitcoin reserve. However, as a business person, I understand where Brad's coming from, and I don't disagree with what he's doing. As I mentioned in the Discord, This is the same thing the Stellar Lumens, I don't know, is the co-founder or CTO, whatever, the lady who was in front of Congress and Senate. And I think they were having like a broad crypto discussion as a whole or whatever. But she kept bringing it back essentially to, but Stellar can do X, Y, Z. Stellar can do this. I don't know about Bitcoin and Ethereum, everything else we're talking about, but Stellar. And it's one of those things where everybody's looking at her like, why do you keep pushing Stellar instead of like talking Bitcoin and crypto? And it's like, because she's there for Stellar. So the same thing for her for XRP. I am not upset about this. If I had the war chest Brad Garlinghouse had, I'd be doing the same thing. Cointelegraph, CoinDesk, CNN, Fox, every news station and newspaper I can get my hands on, I'd be pushing this XRP a part of a Bitcoin reserve. Why? Because the masses are uneducated right now. When it comes to many things, of course, but when it comes to crypto, they're uneducated. So you can convince a lot of, like, you might not be able to convince people to change the Bitcoin blockchain right now, but you can convince them to say, hey, we don't just need Bitcoin in reserve. You don't want your Ripple in there. You don't want your Dogecoin in there. Right now is the prime time to convince the masses to get Dogecoin, XRP, and everything else into a Bitcoin reserve except Bitcoin, because they still don't fully understand the power of it. So again, I'm not mad at him for making this push. I can actually see this push happening too. Let me be clear. With the amount of resources he has, I can see this push actually happening, as crazy as it sounds and as much as it should not happen. And then that would be the thing that brings us into the great depression one day. but but I can see it actually happening. I hope it doesn't. I don't think it will. But if you were to tell me, hey, we have a Bitcoin reserve that includes XRP, Dogecoin, Solana, and something else, I would I say I'm this caught me by surprise? No. I would say this is par on effing course for the idiocracy we're in right now. Like, it wouldn't cut me off guard. But would that be the smart thing to do? No. And once it happened, I will almost be counting down the days into the biggest dip we've ever seen in the history of this space happen at the same time. So Ripple, Brad, I'm not upset. Yeah, Sam Altman too. It's Chat GPT. Thank you for whoever put that in. Who's that? Stan, thank you. So yeah, I'm not mad at Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse. If you're a fan of Ripple, he's doing what he's supposed to do. He's pushing that out there. It may actually even happen. If it were to happen, it would definitely pump the price. But again, this is one of those things, as I said about Trump and the way he's doing the government right now, the way the government did Ripple and the crypto community as a whole, there doesn't need to be a winner. That's what you all have to understand. A lot of these things are so dynamic. There won't be conclusions to it, nor should there be, or nor does it need to be. Ripple doesn't need to actually be getting in the reserve. They literally just need the crypto task force or whoever else to talk about it. That's all they need. They need the news stories to run it. Should XRP be in the reserve? That's all they need. They get a big enough regulator, a politician, or a banker, or anybody else just to have that headline for them. Should XRP be in reserve? Boom. We'll take that 10 or 15% on the price. We're good to go. Like, that's all they need. So they don't even actually need to be a part of the reserve when you're talking about making the project seem more valuable and getting the interest in more people. No, a great base hit would just be spoken. Just to have it spoken in the same sentence. We're making great moves right now. So again, to me, this was a non-starter, which is why I didn't cover it last week. But now again that I've seen it in the news so much, I'm like, oh, they're putting marketing dollars behind this. They're really going to go for it. So, hey, I'm not mad at them. If it happens, great for them. Terrible for the actual, I think, market and reserve itself and the what will be the U.S. economy as a whole. But hey, we'll see. This is the fun part about it, right? I'm not making these decisions. We're all on the sidelines watching. Let's see what you got in the chat really quick before I keep going on. Jake said XRP manipulates their price. If not, they will release their full amount of those coins that come out monthly. Hey, listen, don't get talking too spicy, them folks. Sam Altman should be locked up for those open chat access fees, knowing it could have been for free. Well, that's the thing too, where and for me and from my point of view, you all have heard me say when it comes to Meta, like, shout out to Mark Zuckerberg for betting on himself. But for me, if I have a if I'm sitting on a multi-billion dollar company, even hundreds of million, I'm selling it. Like, it's not the only ideal I have. I'm selling it. And the reason why is because things like this can happen. Chat GPT said, hey, we're not gonna make it open source. We're gonna charge people, we're gonna make a killing. And yeah, they were the coolest kid on the block. literally until they weren't. It was all good just a week ago. Now there's a new kid, a new cool kid on the block, and he's not charging people for pictures, right? He, she, whatever. They're like, hey, you can come hoot with me for free. You can take a pic. Yeah, I'm a people's person. Listen, there's no price on this. Now you got this person roaming around, and your value has just plummeted. Not only your value, but the market's value overall has plummeted. So yeah, it's crazy, but I mean, simple decisions like that can change a lot. Uncle Reno said, remember when Chinese paleontologists supposedly discovered the most ancient feathered dinosaur, made Nat Geo, and then revealed was two fossils combined? So are you telling me that this DeepSeek may be two fossils combined? We're talking some BS here. We will see. Larry Fink said Bitcoin is going to 500 to 700K. Gives you some more Bitcoin. This is damn near a guarantee. I will agree with that as well. Let's see. That's exactly what it smells like. Okay, low tide. What else we got going on? Built in 2 months with 6 million. Oh, talking about DeepSeek. Takes 2 months just to ship the needed hardware and racket, let alone software development and the needed integrations and database setup. Something is fishy here, y'all. And that's talking about DeepSeek's quote that, hey, it took a couple million. Well, they said it took a couple months and about $5 million to create what they had. A lot of people are pushing back against that. All right, really quick, got to go to the government. Senate confirms pro crypto Scott Bessent as U.S. Treasury Secretary. One thing I didn't realize about this guy uh, was he's a billionaire hedge fund manager. People, this was the other story. Here it is. I saw the headline of this. I'm laughing because these, like, oh man, do you not see what's happening here, people? The Wild Wild West is literally being recreated. They're recreating the mechanisms for Wild Wild West. No more DI, no more IRS agents. We're not trying to tax it. They are creating the mechanism for the environment, excuse me, for a Wild Wild West. And again, love it or hate it, I don't care. It don't even matter if you love it or hate it. For your crypto portfolio's sake, you got to play along. This is what just happened here. Trump puts a billionaire hedge fund manager in charge of the Treasury. Oh man, listen. You think they want their money looked at too? He's a billionaire with a hedge fund and he's in crypto. Oh man, listen. I wouldn't be surprised if in 3.5 years, a ton of paperwork just a whole wing of the White House burns. If a whole wing of the White House burns in 3.5 years, you know you heard it here first. I don't know what happened. Oh man, all that crypto paperwork was in there. What are we gonna do? The hard drives and everything. This wouldn't surprise me at all. The fix is officially in as U.S. Treasury Secretary, billionaire. To me, honestly, too, to keep it real, like billionaire and Treasury Secretary shouldn't really go in the same sentence to me. Like it's one of those things where it's like, yes, you have the expertise of a private citizen doing this, but it's also like, why would a billionaire private citizen want to be in charge of the US Treasury? I can't even say it with a straight face. This is getting out of control now, people. This is getting out of control now. We got a billion. Listen, hold on. Let me not even just a regular billionaire. No, I'm a billionaire from sell cars. I'm a billionaire from sports teams. I'm a billionaire from the arts and from movies. No, I'm a billionaire from the financial markets and I'm in crypto, and I'm the U.S. Treasury Secretary now. Hilarious. I wonder what this next job's gonna be after this. Oh man, you gotta love a good story. This is what I'm talking about. As U.S. Treasury Secretary, billionaire hedge fund manager Scott Bessent will have sway over fiscal policy, financial regulations, international sanctions, and overseas investments. I do want to be clear with one caveat. The only way this could actually go super bad for the crypto community all at one time is if all these people with Trump and Benson and all these folks, if they were assholes enough to be like, no, it's just us that's going to get rich, not everybody. I don't think that's the case, only because, again, they picked and poked at Trump so much. I think he honestly is like on some petty stuff, just getting payback on people. And as long as that's the case, he wants to enrich as many people as he can because he knows they will be fighting back against the government if they have their riches. That's what I'm hoping. But there's still the other dark side where they like, you know what? Forget everybody. Our crew of 50 is going to get wealthy, and everybody else, hey, good luck to you. I don't think that's what's going to happen right now. I think he's pissed off enough to stick it to the government and let everyone get it. But I mean, goodness gracious, a billionaire Treasury Secretary. You got to love it. U.S. Senate has confirmed Donald Trump's pick for the U.S. Treasury Secretary, billionaire hedge fund manager Scott Bessent. On January 27th, the Senate voted 68 to 29 to confirm him, with 16 Democrats supporting nomination. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse congratulated Besson on X, adding that he was confident he'll enact common sense economic policies, working with administration and Congress to grow U.S. tech and crypto innovation. I am also confident, again, if you have a billionaire hedge fund manager who's been in crypto the last few years, folks, what? Hey, you probably just got either a wilder or a calmer version of me. We don't know which, but it's one of the two. So I'm happy about it too. Like I said, this is the wild, wild west. They're talking less taxes, less IRS. You got billionaires running the treasury. Like the between the treasury secretary and the president, not only are they pro crypto, they have their own crypto projects, and now a majority of their net worth tied into it. I mean, oh, can it get even better than this? People, but hey, you know what? While we're talking, let's just stop talking. Let's launch an ICO right now. Let's launch an ICO live, and we're not paying no taxes on it. And while we're at it, let's do a DAO. Okay, that's the type of talk I'm talking now. $200 million projects are back by next year. Might maybe this summer. I wouldn't be surprised this summer. Oh, shout out to Rumble. I will be getting on Rumble. If you all know, Tether just sent $750 million over to Rumble. They want to make this the official crypto platform. The call came in, the tap on the shoulder came, folks. Shout out to Rumble. I'm a Rumble with Rumble. I told Rumble as well. The Warriors already know about them, that you all have told me about them throughout the years. But this is official. They're making a crypto push. They don't want us to be shadow banned or any restricted in any of these things. Like, it is happening right now, people. The excitement is real. Treasury Secretary Besson will have influence over the nation's tax collections and its $28 trillion Treasury debt market. He will also have sway over fiscal policy, financial regulations, international sanctions, and overseas investments. Like I said, he's in charge of the tax collections just from a legal point of view. They're not going to go crazy with crypto. They can't without shooting themselves in the foot. From a legal point of view, if he were to say some type of crazy crypto tax or whatever else, and we were to abide by it, and it comes out 4 or 5 years later that him and Trump didn't abide by it, oh, you better throw out all these cases. I'm talking about you better throw out all of these cases or they're all getting delayed, which is fine by me. We'll delay it in another 4, 5, 6, 8, 9 years. We'll worry about 2025 taxes in 2034. That's fair for me too. Whatever. We can play that game too. But by and large, is no way, no how do they increase regulations from what we've seen, people. I think we're about to go back I think we're going back to 2016 right now, people, where it's about to be a free for all. We'll see here, and again, we're seeing this every other week, every couple of weeks, just kind of getting updates. But slowly and slowly, this is what it's looking like right now. 62-year-old Tennessee lawmaker strongly supports Trump's economic agenda, including the renewal of the $4 trillion in expiring tax cuts, implementation of tariffs, oil production. All right, good stuff. All right. So again, two crypto people in two very top positions in the American government now. It is happening. Let's see. Veritasium is American-owned crypto. That's true. Hey, shout out to Reggie. I hope they bring it back for you. Let's see. Exactly where the hell is Richard Hart? This is the administration for him to get his flex on. Hey, too early, too late. I mean, Richard made his money, right? He don't need to flex. If everything is on the up and up, this is the administration for him to pay some money to get the EU off his ass. Don't he got the red notice or something? Like before what's his name? The spy? What's the top spy? Is it Redford or something? Nah. What's this? Was it Black Notice? What's the spy? Somebody give me the spy name to get him off his ass. He need to get Trump's money to make that happen. Let's see what else we have. Let's see. It looks like he wants to help his friends. You see the tax proposal. Only people making 300K or more get a tax cut. Okay, so he does want to help his friends. There you go. But see, here's the other thing too, though. If you're making less than 300K, so all right, if you make more than 300K, you get the tax cut. If you make less than 300K and you don't know how to mix and mash that up, so you're not getting the tax cut, man, y'all gotta use YouTube some more, man. Listen, if you're making less than 300K, unless it's coming from a like one job, which yeah, then it is what it is. If you get a W2 with 170K, then that's one thing. But many people I know that are making 100 to 300K, for example, is not coming from W2s. Like it all isn't coming from W2. So from there is like, who are you working with? What are y'all doing? How y'all handling your business? Y'all got crypto now. I mean, go talk to the person. Like that's where it gets to the point. It's up to you. If you're gonna be lazy, you're gonna be lazy. But that's 200K on the table. I didn't call companies before, okay? Like big companies, like I never got the 1099. Like, what are we doing here? They're like, I don't know. What are we doing here? I'm like, I don't know. what are we doing here? They're like, I don't know. What are we doing here? And then no one knows what they're doing in these moments. Okay. And then it's just like you put something to the side for a rainy day and whatever happens, happens. All right, folks. I don't know. I'm not going to tell you to lead your life. You got to figure this out. It's for you, your family, and your portfolio. Or it could be for Uncle Sam and his Ukraine friends. I don't know. You all decide, not me. What else do we have? Let's see. Oh, this is true, Zyro. This is scaring me too. This is how we know we're at the top. It's all the way to OC, bro. I agree. This does feel like a top to me, people. So, as exciting as this is, this could be the start of the 2 to 3 year bear market right now, right? It's too much good stuff. Ran, what up, though? Ran, welcome to the channel. Shout out. We got a new warrior in the chat. Shout out to Ran. What's up? Welcome to the channel. Make sure you talk to everybody in chat. A lot of them are way smarter than me at this stuff as well. So we got some good information here. Double Dare, you said gold diggers thought they were getting rich, but the man selling the tools went long. That's true. All right, let me keep the show rolling. A lot more stuff to go on. Dark Knight. Well, you know, first actually it was yeah, I'm gonna say the good news stories last. DeepSeek scam tokens surge as DeepSeek AI goes viral. Malicious DeepSeek tokens have surged in the past 24 hours, underscoring scammers' mobility and reacting to current events. So essentially, just give you a taste of what I hope to accomplish here soon. I would definitely want to do a meme coin mania show, but it's going to be followed with actual movement and product. Let's just say that. And a part of that is going to be using AI first and using current events. I think we all have seen that. Yes, it is official. If it is something that becomes memeable or a headline, it is going to have a token following it, right? So at the blacklist, thank you, blacklist. Y'all know what I was trying to say. So basically, it's just like, hey, any current news events will have a meme coin token. So we know that. Let's get my thing is like, let's get ahead of this curve for one. For two, now that we have the chat GPTs, the deep seeks and everything else, I thought it was a good time to talk about what I think is going to come next, which has kind of already been here, but it's just about to get even like the proliferation of tokens. I saw an article today that says, do we have too many altcoins and will this be the cause of the market going down or whatever? No, I don't think so. But I do think, well, let's say we have millions of tokens now with this DeepSeek AI and things like this, making it open source, like we're about to have billions of tokens, folks. People are going to create dApps and programs now to where you can just, if a headline comes out and more than has more than 30 million impressions, create a token. Like boom, this is the type of tech I'm talking that's about to be at people's fingertips with their laptops and or iPhone. So first I want to say, yeah, not only do I think you'll have these tokens being renamed, so if it's I'm just a chill guy or DeepSeek or whatever else, of course you'll have that meme coin. But I think using the DeepSeek technology along with Chat GPTs and the like, you'll start seeing people create more meme coin tokens at a faster rate. So again, according from data from security firm Block8, at least 75 scam tokens were created as of January 27th, representing a threefold jump from the previous day. This mirrors a spike in fake tokens released after US President Donald Trump released his meme coin on January 18th. DeepSeek launched the latest version of its AI app on January 20th, quickly going viral and rising to the top of Apple's App Store. Along with it has come an unfortunate turn, a proliferation of scam tokens seeking to capitalize on the company's success. It looks like scammers have already set up a decentralized application that mimics the website of DeepSeek with a connect wallet button that, when clicked, could potentially drain the user's wallet. So that's even worse. They've actually created just a secondary app of it. Tamir noted that the DApp highlights the sophistication of these scams and the need for users to be vigilant. Of course, that's what we always say, which is why I cover these type of stories, because it's like, hey, when you get the good technology, you get all the hype and everything around it. Unfortunately, there are a lot of bad actors in all these spaces as well. So um, the scary part about this too isn't just the creation of tokens you can do, but the like 75 fake deep seeks. It's going to get to the point where not only do things have to be platform specific, to where it's like, well, where did you use this at? Or where did you get it from? Well, the Apple Store. Well, you know, which app on the Apple Store was it number one, three? What does it have a star next to it? So the ability to verify this stuff, I think, is going to have to take another step, which we will see once you start matching things on the blockchain, which may be the only way to do it moving forward, because then at least you can have that address, you can type it in Explorer, and you can see which programs, platforms, and projects, wallets, whatever else are real and fake. You might not have a choice but to put it on the blockchain. So it's unfortunate to see, but it's still happening. Let's see. Is it best to buy wrap coins when possible? Are they the only ones that are quantum resistant? I wouldn't even worry about quantum computing. So the long short of it, I talked about that a lot on this show. But the long short of it is, as many bad actors that are going to use quantum computing, there will be just as many, if not more, good actors using it. A, B, right now, the good actors are already using quantum computing before the bad actors. So they already have a head start. So for me, I wouldn't even be worried about quantum computing. Um, and if anything, if people are saying wrap coins are quantum resistant, I think they're just saying that to sell you more wrap coins. The hard assets, the best, unless you're actually making moves on the blockchain where you're doing collateralized loans or trades or swaps or compounding or farming. Then when you start talking wrap stuff, it makes a little bit more sense. But just on a service for your portfolio, I wouldn't be interested in them. Let's see. I got in on that FAFO Trump token. Y'all got to stay alert. Let's see what else. Alec G says, seeing people's reactions to DeepSeek, generally speaking, have been interesting memes aside. I agree with you on that. The seeing the reaction to, I mean, even the seeing the stock market's reaction to it has been absolutely crazy. So I definitely agree with that. Let's see what else we have. These waters are getting harder to navigate. Just buying Bitcoin seems so easy, and that's what my thing is too. Everything is going to be hard. Not only are the waters hard to navigate, if you aren't in tune, this isn't a space where you can, it's like, all right, I'm gonna do NFTs, or I'm gonna do meme coins or whatever, and then I'm gonna disappear for 3 or 4 months and come back. It's like, yeah, if you already have your projects, your investments per se in place that you're not going to touch. But as far as coming back and then being like, oh, I know I could just press XYZ, or I can press 1, 2, 3 on my phone, this swap will happen. It's like, probably it's not going to work like that. You're going to come back and be like, wait, this is grayed out, or this doesn't work, or this change is like, yeah, 3 or 4 months in this space is a long time, very long time. So yes. Crypto hustle. I'm not familiar with crypto hustle. Double dare you, but let me know who that is, or put it in the comment section of the video. But I'm down for whoever. All right, let's see. Last couple of stories, good news stories. This one, well, first I'll just actually signal this Arizona story, which is just signaling for a Bitcoin reserve. Arizona Senate moves forward with Bitcoin reserve legislation. Again, the story is in the headline. We don't need to go in detail about it. But if you remember, about a week ago, okay, anyway, about a week ago, I said that these states are essentially signaling when they're talking about the Bitcoin reserve legislation. When you're seeing these headlines, this is a way for a state to signal to other states, hey, like, we're on board with this. So just off the top of my head, for sure, Texas has talked about it, Alabama, Arizona, and there's one more I'm missing off the top of my head. Somebody let me know, or let everyone know in the chat. But so far, there have been 4 states for sure that are looking to move forward with the Bitcoin legislation. Like I said, all it's going to take is one big state. You get a Texas, their neighbors are going to fall. You get Arizona, a couple of their neighbors may fall as well. So I think this is going to happen. The states are starting to signal. By this summer, we'll have another, at minimum, 3 or 4 states, and then right there, that's 8 states. That is a percentage of the union officially, almost 20% of the union right there, almost. So again, I see this happening, and that's being super conservative, saying 3 or 4 more states might signal. I mean, by this summer, you could have 12 to 15 states saying we want a Bitcoin reserve. And at that point, especially if you have Trump and Besson and all these other folks pushing the Bitcoin and crypto narrative, I mean, that could be the outcome. But we'll see. I don't think it will happen this year, even if all the states signal for it. Let's say everyone wants this. There still has to be, okay, what does this look like? Where do we keep it? Who has the keys to it? Things of that sort. So even if it were to happen, I wouldn't actually see a Bitcoin reserve happening until Trump was on his way out the office. That might be like his gift. He leaves before the next administration comes and disbands it or whatever. But I don't see it happening. If it were to happen faster than that, holy smokes, they're not kidding. They're not messing around. But I don't think it would happen faster than that. If it were, though, like I said, that would be absolutely insane to see it happen that fast. All right. Last but not least, Dark Knight and Superman writer launches AI-powered crypto film universe. Hollywood veteran David S. Goyer, The Dark Knight and Blade, is pioneering a blockchain and AI-based creative platform he hopes will revolutionize the film industry. That's right. This is the screenwriter behind the Dark Knight Blade film franchises, is heading up an innovative new sci-fi project called Emergence that aims to overturn Hollywood's business model using blockchain and artificial intelligence. Launched on January 28th on the Ascension platform on Story Protocol, Emergence is a crowdsourced science fiction franchise that tracks community contributions to intellectual property using smart contracts and pays users for them via cryptocurrency rails. So here's my thoughts. First, Hollywood is like in dire need of an update to a lot of the process. There's a bunch of old people here and old methods and old ways of doing things. And it's just like, for example, I've said it on this show before. For those who don't know, we got new people today. I model, act, all this stuff in Hollywood. On average, folks, especially if I go through my agency, it can take me like 60 days, 90 days to get paid. It's crazy because it's like the check gets cut in Hollywood. It has to be sent to Chicago to this, or the check begins, the paperwork starts in Hollywood. The check gets cut in Chicago through a payment processor. They send that check sometimes back to Hollywood to the company, wherever, who in turn sends it to my agency in New York, which in turn sends it back to me, either my address here in California or to my satellite agency here in Los Angeles. So, like, just all, and this is all a check. This is all a paper check, which is absolutely insane. But yeah, so you can see how long these things will take. Oh, it takes them 2 weeks to do it, takes them 2 or 3 weeks to do it. Everyone gets 30 days to do it essentially. So it's like you get your check sometimes in 60, 90 days. By that time, you already owe a bunch of money, right? You're back doing whatever else, and the check don't even mean nothing. You're looking forward to the next thing. So just things like that. Like I'm always on set with people like, there's no way or no reason why we can't get Cash App or Bitcoin or crypto or PayPal's. Like, there's no reason for us not to be getting paid at the moment they yell rap, right? So it's not just like one thing. There's many things in Hollywood, especially on the financial side, that are just like, it's just so old, and they're doing it intentionally. It is what it is. They're trying to balance their books the same way banks are, same debts and assets and whatever else. I get it. That's my first thought. It's like Hollywood does need this. My second thought though is like, you're a expert. You made Dark Knight and Blade. You're an expert, right? You're an expert screenwriter. You're up there. I I don't think off the top of my head you would be an expert in blockchain technology and cryptocurrency. So when I see projects and like this come out, I'm like, okay, who's the real team behind it, right? And is this a real project you all hope to see through? Or is this a team behind it that knows how to get the money, that knows how to create a great crypto project and not finish it, go to Hollywood, get funds, get some cool names in there? I mean, we've seen this before, folks. Mayweather, Jamie Foxx. The game, like you mentioned it, right? We've seen this before. So it's just one of those things where, like, are you really doing a real project that you created or you helped create or whatever, or you invested in or brought to market? Or is just this three or four people who this is their 10th time doing this? You don't know any better. They gave you a tap. Oh, yeah, they inflated your ego. You're feeling good. You feel like you created this project, really, even though they gave you all the work. And now all of a sudden, we're going to try to go to Hollywood, get the capital. So, again, I'm always leery when I see like the bigger names in it, especially when they're professionals in other spaces, because I know how much time it takes to be a professional in this space. So it's like, huh, you over here making Dark Knight and you becoming a blockchain expert. Like, that's a lot going on at one time. So I don't know. I think it could work if it's something again that's real and he has a real team behind it. I'm all for smart contracts and anything else crypto or efficiency related coming to Hollywood. But again, it's also one of those things where it's just like, are you serious about this? Are you really doing it? And if so, it'd be pretty cool to see. So again, it says Goyer. He's also the showrunner for the first season of the Apple TV series Foundation and one of the writers of Batman versus Superman: Dawn of Justice, is overseeing the creative aspects of Emergence and wrote its story Bible. Okay, so yeah, this is the creative stuff. Yeah, I mean, listen, when it comes to blockchain, this comes last. The aim of the project is to create a universe like Star Wars. Yeah, okay. I'm not even gonna get into all of it. And the reason why is because we already have metaverses. We've literally already seen this at a bigger scale happen. But again, I want to be positive. I'm for it. I want to see it happen. It's just that I know the type of work it's going to take. We're trying to create the environment for anyone, whether you're a crypto enthusiast, a professional creator, or a semi-pro creator, to fall in love with a brand new universe and then use emerging technology to turn around and become a creator within that space, explain Chase Rosenblatt, co-founder and CEO of Ascension. There we go. That's a guy we need to look at. Let's see. I will actually go back to this because the way that sounded cool. The aim of the project, they say, is create a universe like Star Wars or the Marvel Cinematic Universe, where different creators, from professionals to members of the public, can launch their own projects. If the model proves successful, Inception hopes that other film and TV studios will open up their existing IP for the. I shouldn't have read it. I was right. You think a TV studio is going to open up IP for a new creator to build while taking a cut of the proceeds? It sounds novel. Listen, I get what they're saying. Okay, I mean, yeah, they raised $143 million raised by A16. All right. I was going to be clear. I get everything they're saying. It makes sense. They're saying, hey, Here's a way to create new Marvel movies without the studios having to be in charge. We can empower content creators or semi-professional filmmakers usually. But let's just say for the ease of this rudimentary example, we're going to say content creators. You hire King, you hire Jake, you get a bunch of content creators and you give them access to your IP and everything else, and they happen to create another Marvel, you just take a cut of it. It's a good business. It works for everyone. To me, that makes sense, but it makes sense the same way Uber, or now if you all saw my story earlier, I just took my Waymo. Hey, I took Waymo for the first time, the driverless cars, wherever. I love it. Happy they're here. But to me, it's going to work. It's going to be like some of the similar things where it's like, you know, the only people who like Uber and Waymo now are the people who like Uber and Waymo, the people who use technology, who aren't afraid to ride share. Taxi cabs don't like it. The governments don't like it. Like people don't like Airbnbs. People don't like this share economy, right? And when I say people that like literally a lot of traditional people don't like it. So when I look at Hollywood, which is traditional, I am telling you now, I have tried to redo contracts with people to where it is clear you are going to make a lot more money by giving me more freedom. And they're still like, nope. Nope. I'd rather you have less freedom and I make less money. They are really going to take this to the grave with it, people. This is one of those industries where they're not going to meet you halfway. You have to for real disrupt it. You have to Netflix it. You have to like just come up with something different. So again, I'm for this plan, but just knowing how Hollywood works, there's no way, no how Disney says you get some of my IP and if you make something, we'll split it. What? Hey, we're gonna end the show on a great note. Last couple of comments before I call it a day. Laura said, I don't like driving cars. Hop in the back of that Waymo, man. Look, you get a lot of work done. And if they crash, you might get paid, or you won't have to worry about anything else for the rest of forever. Jake said, if you don't own any Bitcoin, there's no way getting around straight up buying it. 100K is your price. Live with it. Most of the first time buy-in was at the all-time high too. Oh yeah, most people's first time buy-in was at the all-time high. I agree as well. Let's see. No, I really don't do any crypto gigs in Hollywood. I got some of my own stuff going on, but more to come on that. If they are giving it news 9 times out of 10, they already move forward with the plan. I agree as well. All right. Other than that, that's the show for today. It's been a great show. I will see you all tomorrow with some more news as the market reacts to DeepSeek and all that. Of course, you can listen to this on all podcast platforms. I've been right now. The podcast it's been taking about 3 or 4 hours only because the shows have been going longer in the YouTube processing time. But usually they've been coming up the same day. They're all updated. But again, check me out on the podcast and stick around.